started, I started getting tons of abuse, tons of silent treatment, because I went off of his fantasy of what I was about in his mind. He couldn't control me, so they will leave you and start cheating with a new supply. So during the love bomb, you might sell everything you have, buy a new house, and once they go into devaluation, whenever you ruin that fantasy they had about you in their head, they emotionally detach. They start monkey branching, mirroring and love bombing the new supply, and you'll see it right in front of you. You'll see them changing into the new supply, saying they love everything they love and they're just like them, just like they made you feel in the beginning. Just if you did something and went out of your way for the narcissist, this is when you're going to see their zero empathy. They'll leave you for that new supply, and you could be like, I sold my house and moved across the country for you. You could move across the country for them. You could buy a new house for them. And once they go out of devaluation and they start love bombing the new person, they won't care. That is how little empathy they have. They do not care, and they will leave you for the new supply. Once the fantasy was broken in his mind, and he was mirroring and cheating with the new supply behind my back, and if you sold a house for them or bought a house for them, moved across the country, cut your leg off for them, if you did anything for that narcissist, they don't even care. And what they'll do is they'll do mental gymnastics, kind of like Lee Hammock says. They'll say something, they'll feel a tiny bit of guilt at first, and then they'll say, well, you said you wanted to move anyways. And they'll say something like that to make what they did to you okay. They could ruin your entire life. They could make you lose everything you have. And that's why they're so selfish too. Whenever you loan them thousands of dollars, most of us don't have tons of money, and will loan a parasite narcissist money, and they'll never pay you back. How many men or women had a narcissist never pay you back? That shows their little empathy right there. They don't care. You might have just been making your bills, and you really could have used that money, and you were a really empathic, sweet person, and you loaned them money. They don't care. That shows their zero empathy right there. They don't pay back money. They, a lot of times, don't care if somebody's pregnant. They don't care if people have miscarriages. They don't pay their child support. It all shows the zero empathy that these pathological narcissists have. I don't mean to hurt anyone saying that. They do not care what you sacrifice in your life or how much they damage your life, as long as they get what they want. They don't care what happens.